Finally the wait is over. Seema and Ratan have arrived in Bogota, Colombia. Why would somebody want to watch Netflix immediately after arriving beats me. Anyway, Ratan is firmly ensconced in the sofa and Seema is eating cutlet that she has brought herself from Philadelphia and nice cup of tea. Immediately we have gone to Parque Virey, which is just next door. They seem to be happy. They're beautiful trees and it has just stopped raining, so it's an amazing evening. So the same evening, we are going to visit Zona Rosa or Zona T. It's because of the shape T. It's a very upscale and luxurious part of Bogota where you'll find shopping centers, five-star hotels, high-end bars, restaurants, clubs, and all the best nightlife of the capital. Right now, of course, there are some people playing table tennis, and we're going to take a walk and explore this zone. And this is going to be the favorite haunt of Seema and Ratan in the next few days. I think they are going to visit this place, which is very close to my house, almost every evening. The weather in Bogota is the same throughout the year, but this October it's raining a lot. Otherwise, the lowest is about 8 or 9 degrees and the highest is 21 or 22. The evenings are a little chilly, so Seema is wearing her jacket. But we are going to enjoy the evening. Oh, Seema has found a nice rosemary plant. And let's explore. Oh, that huge building is Zara. And there is in the corner Mall Andino. Now we are looking for a spot to sit and have some drinks. So we are at La Cerveceria. And Seema has just tried canela. So this is a drink with good panela, and there's aguardiente, which is some alcoholic drink of Colombia. Tastes really good. And now we are going to go back. It's pretty chilly now, and we have to leave for Villa de Leyva tomorrow early morning. So time to go home. We have now reached Parque 93, which is where I stayed when I first came to Colombia in Hotel Salvio. Nothing much is happening here. So, there's Chiva. Chiva is a typical Colombian version of the party bus used traditionally for transportation in rural areas. These vehicles have been adapted as colorful moving parties that carry locals and tourists around the streets during the night. Well, we are walking and now it's raining so hard that we had to stop by the restaurant Bombay Lounge, which is an Indian restaurant. We cannot find a taxi and we cannot walk, so somebody is getting really annoyed with me. The next morning we leave for Villa de Leyva, which is a touristic colonial town. It is about 3 hours away from Bogota. It's a lovely sunny day and there are a lot of cyclists on the road. Today being Sunday, a lot of people in Bogota and around are on cycle, are walking or running. So as you can see, there are a lot of cyclists on the highway. Villa de Leyva has undergone little development in the last 400 years. As a consequence, it is one of the few towns in Colombia to have preserved much of its original colonial style architecture. The streets and the large central plaza are still paved with cobblestones and many buildings date from the 16th century. On the way, we've stopped for breakfast and I think we have found bread and omelette, which we have been craving for a long time. The focus of the town is the Plaza Mayor. which at 14,000 square meters is the largest square in Colombia and believed to be the largest entirely cobbled square in South America. Via de Leyva is also a shopper's delight. Right now we are looking for some earrings, but they are so expensive. We wanted to buy these bags, they call mochilas, but they are very expensive, more expensive than in Bogota. That's me. So, if you have ever dreamt of unwinding in a small pueblo and getting away from the hustle and bustle of the city, then Via de Leyva offers just that. This is a very quaint colonial town and takes you back in time with its cobbled stones, terracotta roofs, and whitewashed buildings. Many people believe that in Via de Leyva there were dinosaurs. The truth is that there were marine reptiles, which are different from dinosaurs. So now we visit the museum called El Fossil. El Fossil Museum was founded in 1977 by the initiative of the farmers of the region after their discovery of a specimen of plesiosaur when they were working in the field. It was named later as Kronosaurus boyacensis. This fossil is the most complete found to date in the world, and the best thing about this museum is that it was built in the same place where this specimen was found. The museum has a great collection of ammonites. Some buildings and churches even use them in their construction. Millions of years ago, these creatures dominated the shallow sea that covered much of Colombia. Oh, Seema seems to be very happy. She's back from a walk in the park called Parque Virrey, which is just 2 minutes away from my house. And this is a very common sight too. So many dog walkers walking with different breeds of dogs, and they are all so disciplined. Today they visit Monserrate, which is a high mountain over 10,000 feet that dominates the city center of Bogota. There are many restaurants, cafeterias, souvenir shops. There is a beautiful church, and you get an amazing view of the city. Day 4, we decide to go to the flea market in Usaquén. It's my favorite spot, but unfortunately, it was a weekday, so the street market was not there, and that was quite disappointing. Every Sunday, a lot of vendors come out and sell quality handicrafts. This is an excellent place to pick up Colombian souvenirs that are not touristy. Feedback time.
आपको कैसा फीलिंग हो रहा है?
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है यहाँ पे। बस दुकान सब बंद है आज। सुबह दी बोली तो सब दुकान खुला रहेगा, बंद है। मेरा फैन अभी तक नहीं आया है और घर में ना कोई कूलिंग का सिस्टम नहीं है। उसके अलावा
और आपका बाथरूम भी
बारिश होती है। उसके अलावा बाकी सब ठीक है। रोड यहाँ पे ना थोड़ा खराब है, काफी पानी वानी जम जाता है। बाकी सब तो सब ठीक है। और
आप भूल गए आपका बाथरूम भी
यहाँ
बंद
पे ऐसे सब कुछ अच्छा लग रहा है, पर यहाँ पे काफी म्यूजिक होता है, भीड़ भाड़ होती है, आज कुछ नहीं है। पर ठीक है, सब ठीक है। खाने का हम लोग जहाँ भी ट्राई कर रहे हैं सब रेस्टोरेंट बंद है, पर सब ठीक है।
So the quest to buy a good mochila continues in La Artesanía.
ला आर्टिसानिया, सीमा सिंह इन आर्टिसानिया शॉपिंग। कुछ मिला सीमा सिंह? नहीं मिला।
काफ़ी कुछ है, I'm still deciding what to buy.
Okay, cool.
We plan to have lunch at a restaurant called The Best Burger in Town. That's Sudha, my colleague, and this place really serves the best burger in whole of Bogota. And this brownie with ice cream is to die for. Oh, and that man in blue, could you spot him? And we are back in Sona Rosa, and every day we find a new restaurant. We also found the restaurant Andres Carne de Res, but we don't visit because the one in Chia is the good one. Now Seema wants to buy the famous Colombian coffee, so we go to Juan Valdez, where they grind the beans in front of us and pack it for us. It's still daylight and it's sinful to go back home, so we sit again in Sona Rosa and enjoy some lovely drinks. This is Plaza de Toros de Santa Maria. It's a bull ring and I am not too sure if bullfighting still goes on here. We are heading towards Plaza de Bolivar, and this is the oldest theater in Bogota. That's my colleague Laura, and we stop on the way to taste coconut water. Very, very bland, cost us 5 mil and not tasty at all. In Plaza de Bolivar, we see a lot of buildings, Parliament of Colombia and the Mayor's office. On the northern side is the Palacio de Justicia, the country's Supreme Court. But more than that, we enjoyed being with the pigeons. This is a 400-year-old school. So amazing. Well, the exploration goes on. We still haven't bought a nice bag. In addition to these beautiful handicraft items, this is the Opera House. This street is lined with well-preserved Spanish colonial houses with red tile roofs. protruding balconies and wooden doors, and these are now occupied by universities, theaters, libraries, and museums. This is La Candelaria. This is probably the fifth time that I'm visiting this. The beautiful buildings are typical of Spanish colonial architecture, while the streets boast some of the most unique graffiti murals we will ever see. For lunch, we entered a restaurant called La Totuma Corrida. It turned out to be a Japanese place, and the only thing I liked there was the onion rings. This is called the Mirador de la Calaira, and it offers a beautiful view of the city. We plan to have lunch at Casa Brava. For vegetarians, there is a limited choice, but I find two of my favorite drinks. One is agua panela, made of jaggery, and the other is limonada de coco. At Azahar Cafe at Parque 93, Seema finally found the coffee she wanted, and at night we went to Persimmon to taste the ice creams. So the lovely trip has come to an end. With a healthy breakfast of eggs, blueberries, and guacamole, we leave for the airport.
Oh, okay. Estoy llorando. Gracias. Sima, say something.
Gracias, gracias.
Okay, best trip ever. Best trip ever.
Best
yes.
trip ever.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.